Well, I grew up always loving animals and had an interest in animals, livestock, pets. I had a lot of different pets growing up. I definitely liked the outdoors and sports. So when I was in grade 7, I went on a bus tour to Alaska with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. His grandparents had organized a bus tour for senior citizens, and we joined them, and we left Moose Jaw, I believe it was the end of June, maybe start of July, and took a 3-week bus tour to Alaska. So while we were in Alaska, we went on the riverboat discovery tour on the Nenana River, which runs through Fairbanks or near Fairbanks anyway. I don't think we even knew we were going to visit dog sled kennels that day, but there was 2 kennels along the trip. First, we stopped at Susan Butcher's kennel. At that time, she was, I believe, the reigning or current Iditarod champion. She was pretty legendary in the sport of mushing. I believe she won the race 4 times. She really dedicated and committed her life to the sport. So it was really neat to pull up on the river, and the boat stopped and we got to see what her kennel looked like. I don't know for sure how many dogs she had, but it was pretty big, probably around 100 dogs. So that was pretty fascinating for me to see. She had one of her helpers was on the riverbank with her champion lead dog that had led her to most of her wins. His name was Granite, so it was neat to see, you know, a dog that had run the trail and won. For me, that I've always been, the dogs have been my main interest. So to see that was pretty neat. Then we continued down the river and stopped at another kennel. This was the kennel of Mary Shields, and she was the first woman musher to finish the Iditarod. So we actually got off the boat and got to have an interactive tour with her in her kennel. I think we were probably the only 2 kids in the tour, so she had asked for volunteers. I was really eager, wanted to be with the dogs and be around them and touch them and, you know, kind of be the hero per se. She had big dogs, I remember, probably 100-pound dogs that we call the Mackenzie River Huskies, so probably around 100 pounds. So she did a nice interactive demonstration and taught us about sled dogs, and we harnessed some of these dogs, and I thought that was really neat. So those are the 2 hands-on events that really got me thinking about sled dogs. Later in the trip, a couple days later, we were heading out of Alaska, and we stopped in the town of Tok, which is just east of Fairbanks, and one of the hotels there had hired a dog musher to hook up a team in the evening for the tourists to see. So one evening, a man hooked up 16 dogs to a truck and did a small loop in a parking lot, and seeing those 16 dogs hooked up and barking and screaming and eager to go really captured my imagination, and for me to think and wonder what it would be like to have a team in front of you and go for a ride. So that man actually had some puppies for sale there. I really wanted to buy one and bring it back on the bus, but that definitely was not going to happen. So we anyway headed back to Moose Jaw, and my friend and I were pretty excited about these sled dogs, and I came home and asked my parents if I could buy a sled dog.